Hello everyone, I'm Zia Ahmed and you are watching my channel ZMA Reflections. A good home is a basic need of everyone and everyone needs a home. But the main problem is, or main question is, how to purchase a good home. The real estate business or real estate sector in all around the world has made sometimes people millionaire it's in a very short period of time. But there are people also who have lost a lot of money in that. To know all these things, to know all these intricacies, today I am honored to have my friend Manny Fernandez from Houston, who has joined this session on my request. Manny is the founder of FinishLine Investing. He is also owner of a real estate investing company and has done a number of successful deals. So, Manny, this was a brief introduction from my side. I now want you to also to introduce yourself.
Yeah, thank you so much, Zia. I appreciate you inviting me to be on your channel. And yeah, my name is Mandy Fernandez.
Okay.
But we started out about 6 years ago without knowing anything about real estate. But very quickly that year, we had an explosive year. And since then, we've done many deals around the country without any money out of pocket. And often we're able to invest in a lot of different areas. So we've been very successful and very grateful. And so now what we do is we try to help other people as well get started in real estate investing. But I also continue to do it I continue to do my real estate investing as well. So, yep, excited to be here today.
Okay, when we talk about US real estate market, we have seen that there are a lot of activities going on from the last 2 3 years. Prices have really gone up. So what you say about this market trend, that whether it will continue this way or whether it will change?
Yeah. The US, there's been a huge fluctuation in the real estate market over the last few years. It's really interesting. Over the last 10 years, if you look, you may have seen a lot of reports, and obviously we've seen a lot of fluctuation in the market, but over the last 10 years, there's been 90% appreciation, which is crazy, which across the board basically is meaning that anybody most of pretty much every house in the United States doubled in value over the last 10 years, which is pretty incredible. But we're finally getting to the place where things are beginning to change a little bit.
Okay, so but we have observed that previously the interest rates were down and the prices of homes or real estate sector was going up. Now we see that the interest rates have gone too much high, but the prices are not coming down. So in this situation, my question is that what are the chances that the market will correct itself?
Well, it will correct itself, but we're not there yet. It's starting to right now. So actually, prices over the last so follow the math with me here. For over the last 3 years, prices went up 41% over the last 3 years, and a lot of this was because of the pandemic,
Hmm.
and then also because the pre-foreclosures, the government wasn't allowing foreclosures to happen as well. So there was all sorts of buying. Last summer, I saw houses that were going $30,000 and $50,000 above asking price, and there would be 30 or 40 or 50 offers on those houses. So it was crazy what was going on. Now it's starting to slow down a little bit. The market is starting to correct itself. We've seen, so I said before, we've seen in the last 3 years 41% appreciation. The last 12 months, we saw 13% appreciation. So kind of a third of that 41%. What they're expecting for the next 12 months is that the appreciation will only go up 1.3%. So the market is definitely slowing down. We're not seeing any depreciation in the houses yet,
Okay.
but I do think it will start to correct itself, will start to plateau, and we might see some depreciation in 2024 as well. But this is actually a good time. It's good news for real estate investors, but it's also good news for other people who want to get into real estate investing.
Bottom line is you are saying that before people were saying here that it is a seller market only at the moment. You
Before
are
was
thinking
for
that it's now shifting to buyers also?
That's right. It's starting to become a little bit more of a buyer's market. It's not there yet.
Mhm.
People, but I think over the next 6 months to a year, we're going to see it definitely become a buyer's market.
Okay, Manny, now we come to another point that when we want to purchase a home in USA, what are the strong points which we need for a buyer?
Yeah. I tell people all the time, location is the most important. There's a saying, location, 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 but it really is true. And the important thing is you need to see your home or your future home
Mm,
through the eyes of a future buyer. Even if you say, well, this is my dream home, I want to live here, I love this home. You need to think about the fact that there's going to be other people who see it. And in the future, you want to make sure that your house is going to appreciate in value. And even if your house is a dream home, but it's right next to railroad tracks,
uh,
or if your house backs up to a freeway,
mm,
or if it's in a neighborhood where there's some undesirable people who are living nearby,
mm,
all of that, what it'll do is it lowers the value of your house. So even if you decide you want to live there forever,
mm,
you need to remember that later, if you want to get a loan against your house,
mm,
the bank is going to look at all of those factors and they're going to say, well, your house isn't really worth that much. So we're not going to give you as much of a loan on that.
mm.
And so you need to think about location. You need to think about all those factors and look at your house through the eyes of a future buyer. You may not stay there. And so you want to make sure that you have good value in it.
Okay. And as far as a person's credit worthiness is concerned, what points make him strong?
Um, Strong credit is determined by a lot of things. It's determined by your credit history.
Yes.
You have to make sure that you're making payments for a long period of time. It's timeliness of the payments, also the variety of payments as well. So a good place to start with building credit, I say, is if you don't have any credit, there are different credit card companies that will allow you to put in 100, 200, 300, $1,000 into the account, and then you begin to pay on it. And what it does is it starts to build your credit, and then you're able to get a real credit card, and it goes from there. But I tell people use a gas card, use a grocery card, different things to start building your credit.
Okay. So there is another phrase which we people often say that okay, we will purchase a home now and we will refinance it after some time.
Mm,
Do you
yeah.
think it's an easy process to do it?
It depends. It really depends on the lender that you choose. So what I would recommend is that you get some referrals. And a lot of times you can do this through Facebook or through Nextdoor
Hmm,
or some of these social platforms where you put out a question and say, and this is what I say when I'm trying to look for any sort of a service person in the industry. I say, I need a referral for a lender for refinance. And then I specifically say, please no self promotions. So I don't want a lender to get on there and say, I can do that.
hmm.
I want someone to say, I have used this guy and he's fantastic. And so we want to get referrals that way. But then you also need to shop around because different lenders will offer you better terms. And some will say, well, I can get that done for you in 30 days. And some will say, well, I can get it done for you in 60 days,
Mhm.
but I can give you a lower interest rate. So you want to, first of all, you want to shop around. And you want to make sure that you have good referrals for that person, but then you also want to look around and make sure that they have the best terms.
Okay. Okay, this was a part that where we want to purchase a home for our own self, for personal use. Now we
Right.
go to the more tricky side or more challenging side,
Right.
or the side where we can get more fruit. That is, as an investor. If someone wants to start as an investor in real estate, from where he can start, how he can start.
Yeah. There's a lot of different ways to start, and there's a lot of voices out there. So you need to make sure that you have the right training. I tell everybody you need to absolutely be well trained. There's a lot of information out there. You need to know who you can trust. And you got to also be willing to roll up your sleeves. But I tell everybody the first thing you need to do is you need to know the process. You need to know what you're doing. And it's not difficult. It's not terribly difficult.
Mhm.
You just need to be willing to learn. You need to be
Okay.
willing to learn and know what to do moving forward.
When we talk about becoming an investor, do we need some training also?
Yes, absolutely. So, training, well, there's a lot of different things that you can be trained on. So we focus primarily on what's the easiest way to help people get into real estate investing quickly and without money out of pocket. We want to try to help them to find leads quickly. We want
Okay.
to help them to land deals quickly. We want to help them to move these deals. But we focus on kind of the building blocks and the foundations of real estate investing, which is where we began, which is where a lot of people begin as well. And then what happens after that is you begin to learn about building a rental portfolio. And then you begin to learn about flipping houses, and you can invest in land, or you can invest in mobile home parks or apartment buildings, apartment complexes, or even commercial real estate with business real estate. So we've done all of these things as well. And but it really began with the foundations of real estate investing, which is what we focus on first, which is called wholesaling. So
Manny, how you can help people in becoming a good investor?
yeah, like I said, really, you need that training first. And the reason is there's a lot of people who are out there who have started down this process and they don't really know what they're doing, and they waste a lot of money. Sometimes they've invested a lot of their own money and they lose it. But some people actually get in legal trouble because they don't know the laws. They don't know the laws that are in place, and they don't know what they should be doing. And that's where we come in. We try to train them first about what they need to do. And like I said, there's not a lot, but there is enough that you need a good guide who can help you through it and make sure that you're taking following those right steps, because it is possible to mess up and to get into big trouble. And we don't want that for anybody. We want people to make sure that they're investing, that they're doing well as they're moving forward. So
Since how long you are doing this training people?
um yeah, we've actually launched this last, so we began over the summer. We began in the summer. We had done it informally before that with a few people,
Mhm.
and those people have all done very, very well. But I began seeing that there was a gap in the market, because there's a lot of people out there that are charging tens of thousands of dollars for their courses and for their mentorships and gurus and all these other things. And we had also spent tens of thousands of dollars on courses. And
Okay.
I talked with my wife and I said, we need to create something that's more accessible for people to be able to get into real estate investing, that's going to walk them through the whole process from start to finish. And we need to coach them as we're moving forward. And that's what we've created.
Okay. Okay. Manny, I want to know what's the name of your company with which you give trainings to people?
Yeah, we're called FinishLine Investing, and it's the reason we're called that is we're trying to help people get towards the finish line of financial freedom and get to the place where the real estate investing is paying for their and replacing their income.
So bottom line is you suggest to people that you start it as a side hustle and then come full time, or you say that come directly to it? What's your
No,
suggestion?
I tell people start side hustle. I've actually done everything that I've done on the side. Because I enjoy working, and I wanted to do that as well as doing the side hustle. But it's turned into this large business, but I still do it on the side. And
Okay.
so you can definitely do that. But the nice thing is that with a regular job, it gives you that income until you're at the point as well that you can replace that, which we got to that point, but I still wanted to continue to work in the job where I was at. And
Okay.
so I said, okay, well, I'm going to keep on doing it, but that's just because I like it. But there's a lot of people who get to the place that they're like, okay, I'm done, and then they go off and do their own thing. And so,
Okay, Manny, is there a discount available for my subscribers?
Yes, we will. Just because you asked for it, we're going to give your subscribers a 20% discount on our services.
Good.
And that's a big discount because actually all of our services are more than doubling next month.
Oh, good.
So this is a really, really big discount. You're getting 20% on the current price, which is lower,
Okay.
and 20% off, but they have to subscribe in the next 2 weeks. So this
Okay.
promo ends on January 18th, 2023. And the promo code, we'll drop it below, but the promo code is Zia promo. That's the promo code. So they come to us, they say, we listen to the podcast or the video, and we have it's Zia promo, and we'll honor that. We'll give them 20% discount if they sign up in the next 2 weeks.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Manny. It was really interesting. But I will say that because I have practically no knowledge about US real estate market. So what I will say that you taught me a lot also in this time. I learned a lot from you. I'm really thankful that you spared time for us. And I wish that people learn from your experience. And I wish that
Thank you.
people get some benefit from your services also.
Thanks so much, Zia. I
Thank you.
appreciate it. I appreciate you inviting me on this, and I wish you well as well. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you. Have a good one. Okay. Bye.